Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have audio? Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's Welcome to My World, the afternoon edition. It's 2:30 on the 7th of December, which is a Monday. So I just take a minute. The open outcry in crude oil's just closed. Other markets keep trading. We've had some really nice moves. And if you're new to this room, I would sure encourage you to grab some of the charts that are being posted because some of these people are doing excellent jobs of posting their charts and their trades and getting feedback and putting notes on there about where they took an entry and what they saw. And this is how we all learn. You will also get ideas for maybe some color changes that you want to make on your chart that makes things a little easier for you. Everybody's monitor is a little different and everybody's eyes are a little different. So it's a great way to start to fine-tune what it is that you're trying to accomplish. The indices have all been in chop for about or not in chop so much as a pretty tight range for about the last 2.5 hours after bonds made a huge 3 deviation level move. They're backing off of that and selling some of the profits out of that right now. But those were some really nice trades. The Canadian dollar is just being pounded, as is crude oil and gold for that matter. Our friend the VIX is trading at 1666 right now. It was a little bit higher and then it backed off a little bit, and so we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we're going to have there's some early morning news coming out of Europe, so if you're one of the early birds, I would pay close attention to news that affects the British pound. That start and the euro. Then there's going to be let's see, all day there's a big European economic meeting that may have some news when they announce what they're deciding there. And Canadian dollar has got news at 8:15 and 8:30. The U.S. news is the JOLTS job openings and the IBD tip economic optimism. Boy, I just love the way they name that thing at 10 o'clock. So keep those in mind. If you have not reviewed recently the videos that Daryl has done on how you roll contracts, and I'm talking about the futures contracts. For those of you who trade the Nadex, you are watching the futures contracts for the underlying market of whatever it is you're trading. In the next, not this week, but either over the weekend or the first part of next week, we're going to be rolling a lot of contracts. The indices roll only 4 times a year, but December is one of them. So you might want to review those when you have a little time this week so you can be ready to do that either over the weekend or the first part of next week. Crude oil, if you're new to crude oil, we roll that once a month. So it's absolutely vital you know how to roll those contracts. Nadex is very good about putting up, they roll a couple, 3 days earlier as a rule than the futures markets do. in order for you to be on the correct contract, if you are trading Nadex products, you must roll your futures contracts when Nadex says they're rolling. And they're very good about putting up signs, and usually Apex also puts a reminder up. But we've got a lot of that coming up, so be sure you're ready for it, because that's something at the last minute. You're going to lose a whole day of trading if you wait till the last minute on all that stuff. It's going to affect not only your charts, but your time and sales, and if you use the dome, that has to go, everything has to go along with it. So I'll try to go over that a little bit later in the week also. But anyway, I think we'll just call it a day. I don't see anything too outstanding. Just remember that we've had a really good sell-off, and Daryl says over and over and over again on those videos that going into the close, these markets will tend to try and move back to settlement as best they can. So we'll see. Just be aware. We've got almost a 2 deviation level move on oil. We've had a 3 deviation level move on bonds. This has been some significant moving. So 1.5 on TF. Gold has had almost a 1 deviation, and it's now testing the lows again. So happy trading. I will come back tomorrow morning and we'll see what the day is going to bring, because there's always plenty of trades. Keep marking up your charts and keep asking for help, because this is where you're going to get the most help, is in this room. If we miss your question, don't hesitate. Just keep asking until somebody answers you, because as you may have noticed, there's a lot of conversation that goes through here, and if anybody steps away from their computer for a few minutes and then comes back, your question could have just, left the area where they're looking, and it's no problem whatsoever. Nobody will get upset if you ask the same thing 15 times. So just keep asking until you get it straight. That's what we're all here for. Okay? So this has been my view from my world in Apex land, brought to you by Apex Investing. I'll see you in the morning.